What is up, everybody? It is I, Ronin, doing something a little bit different for Bad Deck Ideas today. Welcome to the first installment of almost Bad Deck Idea replays, and today we got ourselves some Battlin Boxer Boys. So I decided to do this because with the Bad Deck Idea series, I usually try to find something that's goofy and weird and just really that does actually seem a little bit bad, and I go through a lot of decks for that. So the deck I was going to try to do for Halloween actually was Battlin Boxers, because what is scarier than intense manly spirit, am I right? And yeah, honestly, this deck is actually kind of cool. I enjoy it a lot, and I'm gonna keep testing and try to make it better, but I ran into some really bad opponents that I saved the replays for, and I just feel a need to share this with the world. Oh, turns out we don't have full side deck. 1 second. There. There we go. Now the deck is full. But yeah, this deck is really fun to play. There were some people that were very bad, and you know what? We're just gonna go into the replays, so I'll see you guys in the first replay. Alright, so here we are in the first replay. As you see, we've got our Battlin Boxer hand down here. Not a great hand. I did break rather hard here. And we got some guard dragons at the top. And in this replay, you're going to see exactly how strong Battlin Boxer headgear is. So let's just get right into it. So I went first, set pass. Battlin Boxer headgear does have the ability to protect itself from battle once. So I set that, hopefully high defense, maybe. And the double summon was just a bluff. So he's playing some guard dragons. He went ahead and used Dragon Shrine. I chose not to ask because I wanted to see what he was playing. And he sent the normal dragon, which let him send Garmedes, and that. Let's see, if this normal is sent to the, if a normal monster is sent to your graveyard, alright, doesn't say anywhere in particular it has to be sent from, you can special this card from your hand. If this card is in your graveyard, you can send a dragon monster from your hand to the graveyard, add this card to your hand. Okay, so that's pretty cool. At this point, he can send Andrake, cannot be normal summon / set, must be special summoned by a card effect. If this card is special summoned from the hand or deck, you can double this card's original attack and defense till the end of the next turn. If this card that is banished or in the graveyard is special summoned, target one monster your opponent controls, destroy it. And then he also has Prometheus, Prominesis, the guard dragon. Not great stats. You can send this card from your hand or field to the grave, then target one dragon monster you control. It gains 500 attack and defense till the end of your opponent's turn. That's pretty cool. If a normal monster is sent to your graveyard while this card is in your graveyard, you can special summon this card, but banish it when it leaves the field. Okay, so I would honestly send an Andrake here to revive the Garmedes, but let's see. So he sends the Prominesis. Kinda a mistake, I feel like, because you cannot normal summon this, and having it in the graveyard does leave it open to being special summoned by effects. He has the Guard Dragon of Corruption, which is basically like a Icarus attack for dragons, but yeah. So he sets that, and then it's just attacking into it. I figured that wasn't not a huge deal or anything, just because I don't know, I figured he was going to do something more, but then he didn't. So we move on to my turn, and we have that. So I'm running some Ignites in here because that is the closest thing to a Rhoda that Battlin Boxers have. And used it to summon Kaiser Nova because it has a ability when it is destroyed. So anyways, yeah, we did that. He did that. Targeted stuff, but he targeted my stuff with that, which was probably the correct move here, but I'm guessing he didn't know that Battlin Boxer Nova Kaiser, when it is destroyed by anything and sent to the graveyard, you can revive Battlin boxers from your graveyard up to the number of overlay units it had. Because I used a Ignite rather than a Battlin boxer to summon him, though, I could only summon the headgear back, and I summoned it and just went for some damage. Might have been a bit of a mistake, but yeah. So at this point, you can see that he is not in a good way. Of course, he can just drop he can just drop the Andrake to get the Garmedes back, which is what I believe he did. So yeah, he did that, summons Garmedes, and that's it. Again, Headgeared can protect itself once per turn, so that was helpful. And then we got the counterpunch, but we are holding on to that for now, so I wasn't really sure what to expect at this point, so I just went into defense mode, expecting him to be able to out me. He summons Rescue Ferret, goes for the dragon, and gets Garmedes back. I'm not sure why he went for the dragon here. Because this thing, unless you special summon a dragon to a zone it points to, if it's not pointing to a zone, then it can't really do anything. But Rescue Ferret in this deck is actually kind of cool. I did like that. So we kept going on. Yeah, we got the Solemn Scolding. And Glassjaw, he's probably one of the better cards in that, because if he is sent to the graveyard by a card effect that includes being destroyed by a card effect, like Solemn Scolding, then he can put something back into my hand or deck as long as it's a Battlin boxer that is not himself. So I was able to send my Kaiser Nova back, and because Battlin boxer Headgeared is... Sorry about that. Had to burp. Because Headgeared has the same amount of attack as Pisty, they would normally destroy each other, but because Battlin boxer Headgear can protect itself once per turn, it helps out a lot, and I still wanted to save the counterpunch, so I ended up just doing that. And leaving the Rescue Ferret on the field, because it cannot do much if it is not touching something that is linked up. And yeah, so at this point, he is still recurring Garmedes. He has a Solemn Strike, which is pretty good, and a defense position Ferret. He is still pretty much top decking though, so it is less worrisome. We just summoned another Headgear. He strikes it. I don't know if that was a worthwhile strike, honestly, but yeah. So at this point, what could he top deck here? Let's see. He's going to get another Garmedes. Rescue Rabbit would probably be the best top here. He doesn't, though. He could set the Garmedes, and I couldn't beat over it. But, yeah. So he just does that again. You know, same old, same old. And it keeps going. Alright, so here's where things get kind of wild. So, as you saw, the game is kind of in this slow state once more, where he's trying to out it. He can't, though, because he just can't swarm enough. The double summon's still a bluff, but here is probably one of the better Battlin boxer cards, Jolt Counter. So what Jolt Counter is it's a Omni Negate, as long as you have a Battlin boxer, and what happens is in the battle phase. So you're going to see what happens here in a second. Alright, so he's got the Guard Dragon, which he can use to summon that. And because a normal monster was finally sent to the graveyard, he is popping off. And now he goes into the Boral Sword Dragon, which would normally be a great push. Like, normally, fantastic. It is out to Battlin boxer Headgeared. And now... But since he activated the effect, he got Jolt countered. And now, I didn't want to use the Soul Charge, so he just scoops. But, yeah, so Battlin boxer Headgeared may be better than I thought. But you know what? You're not going to be believing these opponents. Let's see, was he running any other... Alright, yeah, but, so, I want to see something real fast. Was he running any normal dragons besides the guard dragon? Because I feel like you have to run a lot of normal dragons in this. Alright, yeah, we got Lucia the guard dragon. And that's it. I feel like he should be running more normal dragons. Because so much of the deck requires that you send normal dragons to the graveyard. Like, I get it's searchable through Rescue Rabbit and Dragon Shrine, but I don't know, it feels like he should be running more. So, alright, that was one replay. Okay, that was one. Now we are going to go to another one. I'll see you guys there in a second. Alright, welcome to the second replay. Let me make sure. Yeah. Alright, welcome to the second replay. We are playing against a hero player here. This looks to be a hero extra link thing. We can't really see the deck right now, apparently. Alright, so yeah. So we ended up going first. Once more, bricking rather hard. We could have set Switch Hitter or the Ash Blossom, but that really wouldn't have done us much good. I would rather hold the Ash Blossom in hand, and Switch Hitter is just a really good recovery card. So all we could really do here was set the Jolt counter and hope we didn't get OTK'd. We did not get OTK'd, I should mention. So now let's see what our opponent does. So he drew 2 Malicious. Never a good start, but he has the Vion, so it's alright. So he summons Vion, and he's going to stop the Ash, but he uses it to search... Alright, he used Shadow Mist, and he used it to search a hero monster. What did he search? I don't remember. Alright, he used it to search Stratos. So I think this guy was just planning to do Stratos Turbo, pretty much. That's not a great strategy. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Not a great strategy. But let's see. What does he do here? He just attacks with Vion, does nothing. So obviously not great. He can't use the Malicious, clearly, but something tells me he was going to do stuff with Stratos this whole time. But yeah, we are in not a great position either. So we had the Spar, which does special summon itself, but if you special summon it, you can't battle for the rest of the turn. So I found it is best to wait for main phase 2 if you're in a situation like this, so you can get a little damage in. So we attacked the Vion. Oh, there's that. We attacked the Vion, summoned Sparer, then we went into Lead Yoke, who is insane, by the way. Lead Yoke is really good. In the last replay, you'll see Lead Yoke putting in some work. But yeah, defense position, Lead Yoke, about the strongest play this deck can make. But so yeah, obviously we're here. He drew the Bubble Man, not good. So he uses Stratos to search the Honesty Neos. Then he tries to use Honesty Neos to beat over Lead Yoke. Clearly he did not read Lead Yoke. If it had come down to it, we could have just attached the Xyz material, which we have 2 of, to save ourselves from being destroyed by battle or card effect. Not once per turn, by the way. But we had the Jolt counter, so I just decided to use that. Probably shouldn't have used the Jolt counter, actually, just because it might have been better to save for later, but oh well. So we stopped the Utop. We stopped that. He takes a little bit of damage, and he is now setting the different dimension reincarnation to look scary. He probably was using that to get Vion back, okay, or something. So we are now in the driver's seat, so just attack over Stratos and direct attack. This goes on for several turns where he just sets and passes things. So, you know, never good. He has that Phoenix Blade now set. So we are doing, this is Ignite Beatdown at its finest. But he drew Vion. Unfortunately, we had an Ash, and at that point, he just scooped. I don't think he really needed to. What were we going to draw next, I wonder? Real fast, let's see what we were going to draw next. So... Okay, never mind. We won't look at what we're going to draw next. But, yeah, so not a great hero player here. But don't worry. Not all these replays were bad, and this next replay I'm going to show you is actually why I don't think I can put this into a bad deck ideas video. I'll see you guys there. Alright, so here we are in the final replay. We got some noble knights here that opened alright, but we opened extremely well. I'll say that much. I do a little bit of misplaying here. I did go a little too hard into this opening hand, but you'll see what I mean in a second. So, we're going first. And we open with headgear, which sends the glass jaw, summon Sparer, reborn the that, and see, go into Nova. What I thought was that we could use Nova to slurp up the glass jaw as an overlay unit. I was wrong about that though. Turns out it can only be Battlin Boxers in your graveyard or in your hand. So that was my bad. But, you know, all in all, not bad. We have a little bit of recursion through Kaiser Nova. We have defense position glass jaw. That doesn't really make much of a difference though. And we have a judgment on the field. So not awful. Now, okay, so I want to talk about this play because Bright, this is a big-brained play. So what the Noble Arms require, they don't need to be equipped to a Noble Knight. They just need to be equipped to a Warrior monster because we are using a Warrior archetype. He uses this, and you're going to see this play in a second here. Alright, so what he did was, by equipping this, he was not only able to weaken my monster for his turn, but he was also able to pop my judgment. I did not judgment the Artverger. I can't pronounce that, but I did not judgment it because I figured that it wouldn't really mean anything. I thought he was just using it to special summon Custonin, but I don't know. I was proved wrong here, but this is let's just let this play. So he uses Merlin to get the Murdo. Murdo's effect lets him summon a new Noble Knight, which he can equip to his own, go for Ice Sold, equip things because they destroyed, and he gets a search. And he's just gaining life points at this point. So he summons the brothers, that lets him get another draw. And that's all he does. But I don't see why he didn't battle here. That was a little confusing, unless he... Oh wait, no, he actually... Oh shoot, this man knew. He knew Kaiser Nova's ability. So he wanted to keep me from getting more monsters on board. Alright, I get that, I get it. So here, I couldn't do much, and again, I did misplay. So I used these two as link material for the Doolittle. My plan was to then summon the switch hitter. Oh, 1 second. My mic was getting a little low. My plan from there was to summon switch hitter, revive a level 4, go into Liege Yoke, and then just beat over his field. That did not work out for me though, because it turns out switch hitter's ability requires that you can only summon Battlin Boxer monsters for that turn. So yeah, you'll see. I unfortunately have to pass here, but I still have an Ash, 2 big boys. Sorry, and Bright is just continuing to gain life points. He goes for another I sold. Equips are happening because he equipped a thing. Well, yeah, now, so yeah, we Ash here. He uses the Morgan. Really good. So he can go for a rank 4 here. Another draw first, though. And because he equipped onto Yvain, he is able to summon a brand new token with 500 more attack points. So, honestly, good plays here. I get hit hard. He spins my stuff with the Custonin. And yeah, so obviously I'm on the back foot at this point. So at this point, fortunately, I do have the switch hitter, so I can revive a Battlin Boxer in my graveyard. I believe I go for the glass jaw. And we can go into Liege Yoke, who, as I said before, is very good. So we summon switch hitter. Yeah, we went for glass jaw. We went ahead and battled because we wanted multiple attacks here. We could have exeased, but then we would only have a few things. And we can always do it in main phase too, so not a problem. So fighting back a little bit, go for the Liege Yoke. Okay, so Liege Yoke's ability is not once per turn. I figured that Noble Knights usually don't run Kaiju, so it's fine. So he will have to destroy Liege Yoke 3 times. Running through his abilities real fast, just so you know. Uh, if a Battlin Boxer monsters you control would be destroyed by battle or by a card effect, sorry, burped in, you can detach one Xyz material from this card. When an Xyz material is detached from this card gains 800 attack points. So he Omni protects from destruction, and he gets stronger every time he does. So just, this is probably the best Battlin Boxer card right there. So he will have to destroy Liege Yoke 3 times, possibly by effects. But let's see his plays here. Oh, and also should mention we did not attack the Custom because that man ranks himself up. So he drew Heritage of the Chalice, which is Rhoda for Noble Knights. Very solid card. And he also has Custom in Classic, as well as Brothers and a Caliber in hand. He can make some plays. So he does it and searches this guy. This is Ignoble Knight of Black Lonzelane, which is not something I usually see ran in Noble Knights, just because its only purpose is to make rank 5s, which it does pretty well without them. So let's see what he does here. So he just uses Noble Knight Brothers to summon these Noble Knights, get another draw, ranks up Custonin into Artorias. Artorias' effect lets him equip things from the graveyard, gains more life points, and then he tries to pop the Liege Yoke, but as you saw, it can protect itself. But he used this Lancelot's effect. You can send one face-up light normal monster you control the graveyard, so summon this card from your hand. You contribute one Noble Knight monster, add a Noble Arms card from your deck to your hand. You can only use the effect of Ignoble Knight of Black Lanzelane once per turn. You can only control one of him. So, what he did was, he tributed it to clear out his extra monster zone, search a brand new Caliber. And Artorias' effect lets him revive one to go for yet another Artorias. So, kind of process repeat here. So that is 2 destructions, and Glassjaw being sent to the graveyard. He is a archetypal warrior returning alive, pretty much. Lets me get my switch hitter back, so I'll have some plays next turn as well, in case things go very downhill. But now, we have a 3800 Liege Yoke. So, he can't beat over it. He needs to destroy it one more time. And you're going to see something here. So he gets a special summon back off of the Artorias. Using the effect of Brothers, he draws a card. Summons a brand new level 4. Now, you might be thinking, what's he going to do here? Well, this can be treated as a level 5 if equipped with a Noble Arms. And it's a normal monster when unequipped. I forgot about that. So he was able to tribute it, bring back Lancelane, and then we have Ichtar here. You can manage 2 Noble Knight monsters from your graveyard to special summon him from your hand or graveyard. So he's going to make yet another Artorias to equip more equipped spells to finally kill the Liege Yoke, get some more life points, and then absolutely Shrek me for game. So, yes. This was an incredible game, I think. Was the life point total, I don't think it shows how back and forth it felt playing it. I definitely made some misplays here, but yeah, great Noble Knight player. Because of this replay and some other better games that I didn't, record or keep replays of, I honestly just couldn't put this as a bad deck idea video. So, yeah, what do you think of the deck? What do you think of Battlin Boxers? Because I liked them a good bit. Let me know how I can improve my list. Were any of these replays good, bad? Was I misjudging any of these and there was just nothing more that some players could do? Am I jumping to conclusions that they could have done more? But, yeah, like if you liked, comment if you've got something to say, and subscribe if you want to see more. This has been Ronin, signing off.